Drew for Popping Up Podcast, FMP Radio. Also, shout out to IR Radio and Pandora. Tonight, it's an amazing show tonight. The boys dropped through once again. The big dog dropped through one again. Pass the keys. Pass the keys.
Oh, man. It's an honor, man. Thanks for having me.
It's one of those episodes, so I've been trying to get you in here for a while now. And
we made it.
And the protege in the building, too, man. Terrence Keys the second, man.
Yo, what's going on?
I can't believe I got both y'all at the same time, so that's exclusive. And so I'm excited for y'all. I hope y'all excited about tonight.
Definitely.
And what y'all got going on. Let's get straight to it. Let's tell the people who y'all is. I know who you is, but the Facebook land, the radio land, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and then especially in Vegas, because you know our main headquarters is in Vegas. So especially in Vegas, tell these people who you are. Of course, you know it's Chi-Town, West Side, 290 Best, but it's Plastic Kids. Go ahead, man.
Oh man, just a good old West Side boy. West Side all day, up Chicago that is. Man, it's just good living. Come from great stock, great family. Father, preacher, brothers, preachers, different people, family. Just been church. Actually, if I could say anything, I'd just say church.
Yes, sir.
It's been church all my life. Good and bad me, good me, bad me. It's still back to church because at the end of the day, regardless of what the cost or the calamity is, we still got to get back to church, which draws us closer to God.
And that's the foundation. So, tell us where did this all start for Terrence Keys, the man himself, and then the calling.
Oh man, we go back, little boy. I'm like the old traditional little church boy.
Yeah.
I got baptized at 7.
Okay.
I remember the day. Crazy as it sound. I'm 48 now. I got baptized at 7. Grandma told me to get in the chair. Rest her soul, Daisy Cosby. She said, boy, come up here. It's time. Because around 6, 7, 5 to 7, your decisions from right and wrong, it really kicks in as a kid.
Yeah.
So I believe that, if nothing else, it was her instructions to join. And I met him. I found him to be all right. So 3rd, 4th generation of serving the Lord, man, it's been good. Yeah. Okay. Grandma, my mama,
So that's who inherited this God-fearing man, grandmother.
Daisy Cosby is the wheels of the steel. Yeah.
Okay. So where did you go to high school at?
Man, honestly, I went to Oak Park.
OPRF?
River Forest.
Oh man.
Oak Park, River Forest. I actually K through 5th grade. I went to Spencer.
Okay.
Mom's moved us to Oak Park, right across Austin. I was on Humphrey. So it was still like the city.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right.
I could run 50 steps and be back in the city. But I grew up on the west side on Monroe, right off Cicero, 4900 block.
Okay.
Monroe. Yeah, right off Cicero. And Cicero was with me. That's where that was the walking area. Me and my blind auntie.
Yeah.
Sundays, whenever we had church, we would walk to church up and down Cicero.
So how was the experience of being, were you always Mr. Keys to everybody, or was it like hey, we know Terrence, but then,
Believe it or not, I think I've been church boy all my life.
Yeah.
I ran, you know the game,
Right.
I ran with all the vice lords. Walk up and down the street with them, but at the end of the day, they would say, man, when something's going down, like, you go home, man, you go home.
This ain't you.
So I got the edge. They just didn't let me show that edge. They had
that's the
accountability as being, man, you got to go to church for us. You going to serve God for us, man. So you got to be cool. So they like, man, you go ahead. We finna do something. And I went home and prayed for them.
So tell us
most of the time.
Good answer.
Most of the time.
Tell us your experience on when the calling actually happened. Was it on your couch? Were you in the bed? Like, when did you know, man?
I'll be honest. I was in the military. My first call was in the military.
Okay.
I was in Louisiana. We was in what it's called JRTC. It's like a Joint Readiness Training Center. And I was in my foxhole, and we was at 100%. So we was all at guard, and this was like 4, 5 in the morning, dead dark. I got ran over by a Humvee. I rolled over, and the only thing saved me was my hand. I had the hand guard so tight, and the hand guard was on my Kevlar. So he just rolled me over, man. I stood straight up. I just started screaming, which I'm not supposed to scream because we had pretty much practicing what. So you scream. They come out, everything paused. I'm like, man, I'm good. They're like, want to go to the medic? No, I'm straight. I know what this is.
Right.
Then the second time, I was in Thailand. We was flying over this area. So they started shooting out of the jungle. I was a fuel handler, so I was supposed to fill up they had external tanks on the flight because it was a long flight. So I gave it all the fuel I had. And come to find out, it hit one external tank from the bottom, went through the top. If that tank was full, I wouldn't be here today to tell the story.
It would have blew up.
It would have blew up because that bullet had nowhere to go. If I would have did my job according to the military, but I did God's job, which was able to sit here and tell y'all that's how I made it. And I knew it was it. The final time I gave up the ghost, my pastor was preaching about Joshua.
Okay.
Pastor McCullum, West Side, one-armed bandit.
Mac McCullum.
Mac McCullum has been my daddy for 48 years.
Yeah.
So he said, God only need one soldier. Every time he said one soldier, I'm like, one soldier. Put the towel over my face. Mother Flora Farmer walked up to me. She said, son, everything will be okay. Just let go of the towel. I let go of the towel, and that was it. I've been off to the races ever since. Ups and downs, right and wrong. I've been serving, you know. And I tell anybody that's how I made it. You know, I made it through a lot of days just serving the Lord. And they all want sunshine. I created some rain. But at the end of the day, it was serving God that kept me, you know, as fast as can be. Yeah. I don't know if they can hear me. Maybe I need to sit up. I don't know.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Right. Okay. Soft tone. You know, I got that baritone in me.
But no, let's move right on just a little bit. Go a little bit higher. The second right here, he next to you.
Yes, sir.
Of course, you got other sons and kids, but the one right next to you, he seemed like he kind of following your footsteps, but he's going his own way.
Right.
Go ahead, introduce your son to these people.
Man, this is the second. You know, he's my firstborn. He's my firstborn. So with him, I wanted to be transparent because, of course, with my father, I didn't get this. You know, so there was one point in my life I wanted to be majoring, and that was fathering.
Okay.
And when it came to parenting, he was Randall. Y'all know Randall. He was 2. You know, but he's still mine. I've had him for 28 years and counting. So, but Terrence was the first one in my hand that I had to really this is real deal. So I always wanted I wanted to be transparent to him. Right, I had him with me, as everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly.
When you saw me, you saw him. That was at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Mama got mad at me, but he with me. He a boy. And I think a lot of problems is the fathering of the boys or the fathering of the children now is tough because there's no directions and there's no instructions. So this is Terrence Keys the second. He getting of age, so he's able to speak for himself. But I wanted to be transparent so that he could be okay in this world. So you'll know what to look for, to dot your I's and cross your T's. Speak to everybody. You know, what's up? You know, create relationship. It's not about where you from or who you are. It's about respect as a man. Treat women right. Open doors. You know, yes sir, no ma'am. And I guess he swallowed some of the food. You know, he walking with it.
Oh man, you kind of there up to right now. you was just up for a little bit. We were just tuning in, listening. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all was locked in.
Speaking of gospel, man.
So, man, I mean, that's what we have to do. That's what's missing now. You know, somebody in front of a younger man or a young fella saying, yo, bro, man, you know, think about it this way. I didn't gang bang, you know, I really wasn't a gang banger. I didn't have to. Because I treated people, I felt like I could go anywhere. You know, so I felt like with me being that way, it would help my life around. You know, I got some scratches and some scrapes, you know, but overall, it's been cool because I think it's better to treat people where you meet them. And oftentimes, one of the mistakes we make, y'all, is we try and make this person what you want them to be. And that's that creates chaos.
Yes,
that creates the first chaos. When I look at you, I want you to be like this, Walt. And you not like that. Now I don't like you, because you're not like that.
Yeah.
That's the first sign of a problem. And it could be a big one.
That's true.
Because you're going to call your homie, I'm going to call my homie, you're going to call your people. Then everybody going to be riding around the city looking for each other.
Yeah.
And all it is about meeting the person where they are.
And so many words.
I treat everybody from the man asking for some change to a millionaire that I've shake hands with. I'm going to treat them the same.
Wow. Well,
Dose.
that was a great introduction.
Transparency.
That was a great introduction. So, the second, man, what's going on with you?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm all right, man. Go ahead, tell the people about yourself, man. Then I'm gonna get into you myself.
Well, man, I'm Terrence Keys II. 20 years old, also West Side, Chicago, man. You know, I didn't get the luxury of being from Oak Park, but you know, Landman Potomac is where I was born at, so
Not too far.
not too far.
Right.
Not too far.
How about Skip?
La Follette Park was my park, man.
Okay.
Love La Follette.
Wildcat.
Yeah, man, you know. But yeah, 20 years old, college student, Army man myself, church boy myself. I've been that all my life. You know, now less than 2 services a Sunday don't feel right. You know, I need at least 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Where we come from.
Yeah, born and raised. But yeah, man, that's really it. I'm just a kid who loves his dad, man. And just,
We see that. Yeah, you show it.
like he said, he kept me under him. I stayed under him, and I'm still under him. And I ain't leaving now I'm beside him. I can say I'm beside him now. So where he go, I go. When I'm here, even when I'm not here, I'm with him. And when I'm away, he's still with me. So that's what you got.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I decided to call both of y'all up at the same time. I'm like, wait a minute, this is the perfect time. Same raspberry store. We're gonna get into that, but restored, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I
But-
keep slipping, man.
Yeah.
Tell me like, man, you won't let it go.
Yeah, but yeah, man. This is one of the reasons I reached out. Make sure both of y'all came this time, because I'm like, wait a minute, it all makes sense. This is the perfect time to do it. Everything is happening,
Yeah.
and then just so happened. You did your first sermon in the city today.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm pretty sure you was a minister before then, right?
I've been
ahead.
doing some ministry work. I go to school out of Lakes University in Lakes, Oklahoma, the only HBCU in the state of Oklahoma. And while I'm there, I do some ministry over there with my uncle, Pastor Eric Harris Sr. and the church.
In the church.
So shout out to the church. But yeah, so I've been dabbling a little bit for the past two years. 2 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, today was my first one home.
Yeah, I like that.
We wanted to make it official because he's been doing, with COVID and a lot been going on, so he's been doing ministry, but he has his grandmothers actually was all they have left. They were getting older, so I wanted to make sure as quick as I could to get them off the assembly line, as we say, and they could hear the grandchild, speak about Christ, and that was major to them that they wanted to hear him before something happened. I just lost my godmother last week.
Oh wow.
Bessie Henry, rest her soul.
Condolences.
She missed it, so it was even more imperative that we got it done. Hate she missed it because she would have been there front row.
Oh, she heard it.
Oh, she heard it. But rest her soul, Just great people, man. We've been blessed to just be around good people. I can't say I've been around a lot of bad people, or if they was bad, I didn't know it. Or I wasn't looking for that part in it. I've just really been around some great people in our life, and it's been a blessing.
So T2, I'm calling you T2 right now. T2, how you feel about growing up under his wing, growing up as the pastor kid? How was high school? How did your friends treat you? What was the process of that?
Well, I went to Proviso West High School. So
okay, you a Panther.
I'm Panther proud.
Okay.
I ain't going there.
I'm Panther proud. But it was quite the journey. They say PKs are the worst, and I'm a testament to say that is true. But also, also we had.
Don't tell him yourself that.
I didn't say. I said PKs. I didn't say
PK.
He said PKs.
I had to know what it meant.
Hey, I like that drop, bro.
We need some milk.
I said PKs are the worst. I didn't say Terrence was the worst. I'm the best. But yeah. But growing up as a PK, man, it's quite a life and it's quite a journey. To speak on the life of PK, I can say that a lot of PKs grow up with the scrutiny of trying to live up to the legacies of what their parents hold.
Yeah.
And the reality was, I didn't deal with that, you know, because my father, you know, I gotta really could say this in front of him. He made sure I understood that though I'm a PK, I'm not past the keys.
Right.
My PK doesn't mean past the keys. You know, I'm a preacher's kid, and I'm not the pastor, nothing like that. So there is a life for me to live. So he instilled early on, and even now, to continue to live life. Because that preacher, that pastor in you, it don't mean nothing if you don't have a life behind it.
Yeah.
Because you get the story from the life. We preach Bible, but we also have to teach life. Because I believe that's a role, and that's something in church that a lot of people have forgotten, is that while we're in church, we still live in life.
Yeah.
So I believe the saying goes, don't be so heavily bound that you know earthly
No
good.
earthly good.
So my father told me, he said, live life, learn, make the mistakes, make the bad choices. And I told a friend of mine, I said, I thank God for the bad choices I made, because it evidently brought me here now, to where I can look back and say, that was a lesson. So growing up as PK for me, it wasn't hard, it wasn't terrible, but you know, it was life. And I just thank God for the life to be able to be lit, to live, really.
Right.
Amen.
Hey. You raised him right, man. Hey, Milk.
Yo.
Hey, DJ Milk, y'all, he in the building. He just dropped that fire. He just dropped that fire.
What they need, man? What they need?
Hey, you know,
He needs some milk.
Hey, Milk, tell him what you had on your mind about.
oh yeah, past kid, you know.
Yes,
We
sir.
back on North Avenue. You know, hey, I saw you a couple weeks ago, you know, a while back.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing? You know, hey, past kid, you remember that sermon? Oh, well, I've been on the past kid for a long time, but you remember back over there on 4-5 Ward Church? Well, Ward have the church now, but
Right.
it was First Divine, Providence, Missionary Baptist, where Joe F. Ballard
Yes, sir.
was the
I know.
pastor. Yeah. Hey, you remember that?
I don't remember it, man. You gotta pick me up where
All I know is I was young. I was young. And all I know is you came in and you was
Is that how you close?
oh, hey. All I know is they was snapping that Sunday. They was snapping. But it was him. You don't remember who was on that wrestling with you?
I remember. I've been there a few times. I know I've done a revival. I remember going. There was like a preacher bowl.
Yeah, it was a pretty
I think I was on it. I think I kind of got penciled in. I think I got penciled in on it or somehow.
Yeah, because it was young.
It's throwback.
Yeah, that's throwback. It was you, Lawrence Ward, Derry Jr.
Squad. Yeah. The big fellas.
It was young man.
Young nigga.
Parks, Reverend Parks. Parks was on there. Yeah, he was on there. Yeah.
I think I remember it, but I don't remember exactly. I remember the. I don't remember that
All I
part.
know is you came in there, you was like,
Oh, with the head.
get
With the pig.
You look young. Wow.
That's how he was talking.
Really? What? Yeah. hey, but now, real. This is what I want to ask you too, though.
Yes,
This is
sir.
my question to you. Now that you back on North Avenue, you know, I know we got you over here at FMP, and you got Death Row sign up back there.
Yeah, I was like,
Y'all see that? You
Yeah,
know, Reverend Pastor Key say, man, hey, he signed on North Avenue. He's back on North Avenue. So guess what? Yeah, y'all make sure y'all come out and support y'all.
yeah, come on back around.
What's the address?
5637 West North Avenue, right off Parkside, I believe that is. Across the street from El Grand.
Y'all know the taco joint where everybody be going, with the steak fries and stuff like
We got
that.
Walgreens, Central, White Castle, next block west.
Okay, so let's move on to Saint Rest Restored. Again, y'all.
Saint Restored, man. I know. Tonight this is exclusive, so you got the exclusive.
Hit the button.
We gonna break it.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. All right, can I ride? I can let it ride.
Let it ride.
How long I got before the break?
Go ahead, Doc.
All right.
Doc.
Saint Rest was on. We was at 5920 West North Avenue.
That's the OG.
Actually, 2004. The great Reverend Doctor, which is my dad, my wife's father, which is my dad, his granddad, he passed. So he was there from 202. Reverend Dr. Forge Harmel. I came around 04. He passed, so I came and got to see church and all of that. Got the opportunity to carry it forward. It blew up. It was unbelievable. By the time I got installed, which was July 05, it was already packed. It was the neighborhood. It was just the corner. It was just a love from all the M's from Austin back. It was just love back down the block. It was just a love community, and I had the opportunity to meet some great people. And then one thing I have to say tonight, if I could say nothing else, be careful of Satan's attack on people, on life. Be careful. He's out to destroy whatever that is good.
Yes, he is.
And I'll be honest here on the exclusive on FMP radio.
Popping up podcast.
I fell for his trick. I fell for it. And I can say really I went from where y'all remember me to the bottom. To just people pulling away from you, really don't want to be around you. They see you coming, they go another way.
Man.
But one thing I could say about the neighborhood is they always gave me love.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't no, you bogus.
Yes, sir.
It was love when they saw me. And so, actually, with all this that happened, that was 2010, 2011. We went to Chicago Avenue trying to hold up, but it was already, too much had happened, too much had transpired. Then I went into marital issues and things like that, so I had to check me. Like I tell anybody, sometimes we blame everybody, and sometimes you just got to look in the mirror and fix you. A lot of situations got out of hand simply because of me, and that's the process of Saint Rest going down. The process of actually, it was crazy that Saints Restored, it was like it was doing this, I was going down. In my heart, it was coming up, but I had to go through that process of looking bad, feeling bad, guilt, shame, but I never stopped serving God. That's why I always remind people, at the end of the day, wherever you find yourself, you got to give God his time.
Yes, sir.
When you give him his time, he'll return unto you restored. He'll return unto you, and what you thought couldn't be done, he'll do it again. Or he'll do it better than it was before. And that's what we stand on. 3 principles with restored: a better way, a better life, and a better future. All of that is a part of restoration when you really think about it. Because everything, when you're restored or in the process of being restored, everything gets better.
Yes, sir.
Even though it may not look like it, you still have to believe it in your mind, in your heart, and in your spirit that it's going to be better.
Yes, sir.
That God's going to turn it around.
Yes, he will.
That he cares for you. Do it the best you can. Give me some more songs, son. What's another one? He can do it. He can do it. These are things. I'll see you again. When loved ones go, you still have to go through that restoring process to believe God, to say, I know this happened, but he got me, and I'll see him again. So at the end of the day, so this last couple of Sundays, God allow us, to reignite the switch, to flip the switch again, and went from Saint Rest to Saints Restored, because we're not resting anymore. We're restored, so we can get up.
And to even add some more to that, it's crazy how we end on North Avenue. We also start back on North Avenue.
Yeah, that was the kick.
The revamp.
That was my cue.
Yeah.
Because I went to a lot of places to see if we could, go here, go there.
Ain't not like the crib.
And when I went to Pastor Smith, God bless him. It's his property and his building, but he was like, man, when I'm done, come on. We had the option of early or later. But with everybody who I was working with, the opportunity was better for later.
Yeah.
So we could have been early, but then it's hard to get people up at 8 o'clock.
Hey, you know what? We were just talking about that. What with DJ Milk?
Man,
So look, we was like, man, Pastor Keith just don't know. He for all the alcoholics.
all the alcoholic pill poppers, everybody that be coming at church late, yellow. They need some.
He needs some
They
milk.
need some milk. So guess what? You know, hey, church you don't have to look. I'm Neil. People in the back.
Here come
Now
Pastor
y'all
Milk.
know. Look,
Here come Pastor Milk.
look. Y'all can look. We ain't gotta be at church at 8 o'clock in the morning.
No.
They church start at 2:30 and they out at 4 o'clock. Not even
Before that,
Not even 4 o'clock. They out at 3:30.
3:38.
In there.
What? Hey, look.
I'm
They
still with 11 service, but I didn't know they had 2:30.
what? 2:30? What? Look. You get
He got new members right
Yes,
now.
what?
Good singing.
Good singing.
Actually, let me exclusive. The service is called really ASAP. If you check out the flyer, the initial flyer, it says ASAP, and it's an acronym. It's a scripture and prayer, and it's a song and preach.
So get right in and get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What has happened? Now, I'm glad to be here, man. I just realized
Won't he
this.
do it?
Yeah,
We're glad. What happened is we added so much to church that it became it's a turn off to something.
Yeah.
Because you got pastor talk about his life, you got membership gossiping about each other, and we not in there long enough. Y'all my witness. We not even in there long enough to almost find out who you sitting next to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So through time you'll meet that person of y'all keep going to that same seat, but it's that quick because it's about the experience and not about the exchange. We made church about the exchange instead of the experience.
Yeah, I do feel like it got too personal.
Yeah, we got too far into those lives.
It got too
That's for
personal,
being in church too long.
too long. Being there from 7 o'clock in the morning to
Midnight.
Well, you doing a whole job shift. You doing it 12 to 12.
Growing up, believe it or not, I was in church from 9 a.m. to midnight, literally.
Real, I know.
Literally, growing up.
Oh, I know.
Second grade, third grade, fourth grade, we was at church on Sundays from 9 a.m. to midnight.
Sunday
We had a 10 o'clock broadcast back in the day.
Oh y'all did. Go on, be
33 years.
So I got a question before we go to break real quick. How do you feel about the church clique, as what they call it, I guess, and people that click up in the church? Like, how can we make changes to that and or be better? You know.
Well, the clique, we kill that word and just leave it to church, because it says one group of people says a hospital, so it should be some sick people. But I also heard it was a pastor on Instagram said, we got to take it from being a hospital. Yes, it is a hospital, but at the end of the day, somebody has to get well to become the doctors of the church. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to become the doctor. Everybody can't be sick all the time. Somebody got to be a doctor. Somebody got to turn it to the doctors of the church. So the church cliques, that's one of the problems. Because with cliques, somebody is always not invited.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of that either. That's why I'm like, let me get your intake on it, because I'm tired of saying it myself.
It's a body.
Yeah.
So how can a body be? If I'm a foot, you don't want me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if I'm a knee, you don't want we one body.
Yeah.
So a clique destroys the body.
What do you say? One band, one sound.
One band, one sound. So we gotta roll together. My elbow might hurt.
Yeah.
The body gonna feel it, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna cut my elbow off. I'm not gonna take my arm off just because my elbow hurt.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get some relief from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, so church cliques is one of the problems that's really destroying the church.
Yeah.
And folks already hardly don't want to come. Now you got to get initiated in the church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
You gotta get jumped
it makes
in.
no sense.
You gotta get jumped in.
And I believe that we just love people.
Yeah.
It's about loving people.
Yeah.
So I got a quick question before we go, Milk. You know, we was there the last 2 Sundays. How did you feel about
The service.
Oh, great. Cause even though I play the service at 12 and then I turn around, be with y'all. You know, it be fine. I love y'all atmosphere.
Yeah.
You hit and quit it.
And we working on it, you know, it's just the second Sunday, so I need that feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know, we coming there and be the security. What else we
Yes,
do?
Say to
We
the
be the
homies,
deacons.
to the big homies.
I'm really gonna stop saying y'all, you know, I'm really gonna stop talking about y'all in the service.
Man, hey, look, just give me a shout out. Just be like, Pastor,
Hey, we like the shout outs.
We
Like to shout out,
We like to shout
bet them up, bet them up. I'm gonna keep shouting out there.
Hey, for real. Hey, for real though. Pastor Keys, I gotta let you know this too. On while we here on FM at the radio station at the house on a Sunday, you know, long live Reverend Lorenzo Moore. We gotta take a shot for him. Reverend Moore. We gotta take a shot. Take a shot for Remo, Massimo.
Oh, Massimo.
Go take
Lorenzo Moore.
Go take a shot at that.
We're gonna take a shot for Lorenzo Moore.
Dr. Moore.
Remo say, yellow. You been good to me.
What we need?
We need some.
We need some milk.
But no. Remo you just say, look, it don't mean where you go, how you come, how you look, whatever. Like you was preaching today, T2. You say,
Give you the name.
yeah, I just gave him the name too.
T2?
T2.
Okay, let's keep it short.
So like you said this morning, he ain't on the wrinkle list. He ain't on nothing.
That was a good story.
Hey, come as you are. You ain't gotta be.
I realize, man, and this is kind of one of the benefits of me working with a ministry that's solely based in around college students.
Yeah.
Over in Oklahoma, like the entire membership is college students on campus. I realize now that we put so much emphasis on wearing suits every Sunday that we lose a whole generation that maybe can't afford a suit.
Yeah.
I don't even look at it from a spiritual standpoint. I look at it life. These are college students. Some of them can't afford a suit.
You go in church looking just like
They
this.
don't have one.
Just like that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you just like this. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and then what? We gonna get ready to go to a break.
We're gonna go on a break and then we're gonna come back and talk about your sermon today.
Okay.
Because
So
where we going, man? Where we going, DJ?
you threw me off. But no. Saying that to say, Remo always you say, you know, it's not, you know, the Bible says come as you are. You know, you ain't gotta be all dressed. You ain't gotta put on your
Sunday's best.
Yeah, Sunday's best. You ain't gotta put them $7,000 shoes on them PPP loans that y'all didn't. All that money y'all.
Milk in the shoes.
We need some
Before you go
milk.
to break, before you go to break, I'm 48. Now, I'm cool with the come as you are. I'm cool with it. But there also has to be, sometimes I believe in, like you said, I'm on a lot of labs, so I want to be right, you know, I want to be strategically, if I be like, you both, you know, here it is. I still believe in a
decency and order.
Yes.
in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Now, I having a son, and I've been around, you know, being around him also allowed me to be around a lot of other youth. Well, he's 20, but just people, he's 20. 48 and 20 is a lot of years. So I say this, even with the come as you are, I still believe that we should be able, as leaders, to say, man, let's get Dougie. First Sundays, let's put some on, you know, jazz it up, come on with it. You got 3 or 4 Sundays to do what you do, and let's just say first Sunday, you know, let's go black and white.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can work it how you work it, but at the end of the day, I still like to see nothing like a man is nothing, I'm telling y'all, it's nothing like a man's
In uniform. Yeah.
or uniform.
You know,
It's nothing. Y'all don't hear me. Nothing. Give me the. It's nothing like a groomed man or a young man. You can't beat them.
Yeah.
You can't beat them. I get it. what they call it? What's give me the words?
Snuff it.
When y'all, what is it?
Look how you looking at
Kind of old, Duddy.
Fly. Get flee. You gotta get G.
I see Buddy on Instagram, like rate my outfit, 1 to 10.
Yeah.
They like a 7, you know what I'm saying? And he asked her to turn around.
Man, he grabbed a booty.
Grab her booty. I'm like,
That's what they want to do.
that's not right.
Yeah, ain't right, Rip.
So
That be right, Rip.
Hey, what they need, Milk?
He needs some
They
milk.
need some milk.
Don't get milk stop.
it's my job. It's my job to push y'all, even to another phase. But I will say this: on live Instagram, on the FMP radio show, is nothing like a well-groomed, dressed man, dressed up, or in a uniform. Can't be.
Yeah, man, I gotta give me some more suits so I can come straight, man. I only got like 2.5.
We can go shopping. No, Steve Harvey say 5 suits make 75 outfits.
Yeah.
You right?
Yeah.
Say less.
Yeah.
Black, blue,
Well, I got 3 more suits.
Gray.
black, blue, gray, brown, and some other
And that's
color.
a one.
And you match.
You do what you do. Yeah.
And then I don't know. I'm sure y'all do. Y'all remember this? Wild Milk. But Saint Rest OG, they did. I think that's one of the things that he's so pivotal to our generation in terms of my generation, because SRC OG was doing it with every full Sunday being Youth Day, wearing jeans, dressed down Sunday.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now I think that right there was a small step in the direction that this generation can take. Yeah, come as you are.
Yeah.
But like you said, ain't nothing wrong with it. I love a good suit.
Yeah,
But at the same
like
time, I wear a jogging suit to church.
Like now, gym shoes, it was like, gym shoes to me was like wearing the church like, what?
Unless you playing the drums.
Now I put them boys on, I feel like I'm being happy, boy. I put the suit on with the gym. Ooh, wiggle your toes.
That's the new swag right there.
Man, it's working for me. So, you have to give. We have to be transparent with the generations to come, because you could send them off. You can really, they'll get, as you said, they don't want to be around.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of churches are youthless.
Yeah. Facts.
Because these firm, my church home is the same way. You got to take the earring off at my home church. If you're a member, you can't wear the earring in church. Well, now, how many guys really don't wear earring? Like I took mine out. I got a whole, but my pastor's instructions, so I try and stick to the leadership that I was up under to say no earrings for the men. So I try and live it up. Do I want to put an earring in my ear? I think about it, but then at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm so far down the road now, it don't even matter.
Facts.
So.
Cool. Let's start. We back at Popping Up Podcast. This is your boy True to Life of Milk on a DJ break. I'll let him get a DJ break real quick. But yeah, we ain't got that noise right now. But we'll be back. And on another note, Church Fest Chicago. Tell us about that. What's going on with that?
Man, Church Fest Chicago is a one-day festival that gives the people of Chicago a chance to have a safe space to just simply have fun and celebrate God at the same time. We bringing in some of Chicago's finest and also some national people. Chicago local artists we bringing in. My brother Maestro Zay, another brother of mine Jahari McGee and company. Of course, the family will be in the building, Church Chicago. And I got my cousin, my big brother, Carsey Barnes, the 4th and Favorite Friday ABC. And coming all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, man, we're going to have Pastor Daryl Petty's and Take Two, which is a major up-and-coming quartet group.
Yeah, that's the quartet. Yeah,
man, they killing right now. So,
facts.
Yeah, Church Fest is just simply that, man. It's just a festival.
They won't be in their first time in Chicago for this year.
Yeah,
will be that night.
Yeah,
oh wow.
If you're looking to see,
they blessed us to lock in.
If you're looking to see PP and Take Two in Chicago before May 27, 2023, you out of luck.
Yeah.
So, they're gonna be here, man.
May 27th.
May 27th.
And it's at 6 p.m. at the Miracle Revival, DeAndre Patterson Church, right?
2010 St. Charles Road in Maywood, Illinois, man. It's gonna be a great time. Tickets are only $20. You can get them on Eventbrite, or you can just simply.
And 25, you get it through me. No, I'm just playing. People put their tax on that.
Like, yeah, man, I got it.
Finder's fee.
Yeah, man. But no, man, let's get into your message earlier. T2,
Yes, sir.
How you take us through that moment where I'm like, man, I'm back home. I know you've been on the road preaching in Oklahoma and things of that nature, but the minute you was like, all right, it's this Sunday, take us through it.
So like you said, man, I've been doing ministry. Let me not say doing ministry, but I've been working in the churches. That's how I'm gonna put it. I've been working in the church for the past 2.5 years. From working with my dad to also working in the church in Oklahoma, and also even doing some chapel work overseas while I was deployed.
Wow.
But this go around was different. I was on spring break, and I was really contemplating on coming home. I wasn't gonna come home. I was gonna just chill on campus. I got a week off, week of nothing, no school, no class. I was gonna relax. But the Friday before spring break, I called my parents. I said, I'm gonna just come home. And they was like, okay. So we bought the ticket. I came home. My dad told me that Sunday. He said, you next. You next week. No, can you do it? He said, you next week. And my dad taught me to be a servant, man. Whatever the leader asks, if you can do it, do it.
Axis.
Request.
Whatever the
Ask,
leader asks.
okay.
Lord is good.
You know what he's trying to say. He meant ask.
Whatever the leader
Axis.
when your leader requests something
Yeah,
out of
that's
you, if you could do it, do it. So he told me to do it, and I said, man, okay. So fast forward a week. This whole week I've been in preparation, not only by myself, but of course with my dad, and just figuring out what I wanted to say. And the message was entitled, you got everything you need, but I believe it wasn't just a message for the church. It wasn't just a message for me, but it was also a message for my dad. It was a message for everybody, because we deal every day with wondering, do I have enough to get real?
Yeah.
Do I have enough to make it to tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think that's a question that we all ask ourselves every day when we wake up. Do I have enough to make it through the day? Do I have enough to make it to tomorrow? Do I have enough to make it to next week? And the reality is, you got everything you need to fight whatever you battle. And I believe me and my dad was talking about it on the way here. That story of David is so pivotal, because considering what he grew up in a family dynamic that pushed him away, it was really hard for him to have the guts to stand up to a giant like Goliath and say, I can take you on, and I don't need anybody's extra armor. It took a lot to say that. One of my points was he was overlooked, and he was already working, and he had everything in his arsenal. It took a lot for him to step out on faith and say, I can handle it. And I believe, like I said today, if we just take that leap of faith and saying, I got everything I need, man, I think we can go far if we just take that step. It changes when you realize that we have everything we need already.
That's good.
So what was your intake on his message?
Oh man, I'm gonna preach. While he gone, I'm gonna bring it back. It was one portion though, and I thank God for what God has given him. But for me at 48, really listening to him and just thinking at 48, it's not this thing about everything you need. It's not about age.
Yeah.
It's about life. So oftentimes we try and make it a young message.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's for everybody, because you have to believe it's best to get it young, to have that mental mind young, to say I got it, or to be shooting for it early. You don't want to get to 48 still trying to figure it out. And you had it when you was 19, 20 years old. So why waste 28 years when what God has given me, and many of us as we older, we need to tell the story. We need to tell those that are younger than us. Don't wait. Don't wait till you get down the road and try and figure it out. Be interested now. Work hard early, and you can chill later. Don't chill now. Strong. You got it all. Everything you stronger than you probably ever will be at your 20s. You say your terrible 20s, your thirsty 30s. Now next year I'll be 50. How many years I look back in my mind and realize how many years I wasted, and I had everything I needed. Going to church, serving the Lord is still wasting time after service or during that time. So the thought today is, what blessed me was the fact that David refused the king's armor. Because everybody would think that giving the king's armor, he'll fight better. You know, no. They're like, I don't want that. I can't fit it.
Well,
So oftentimes you've given me something that I don't need.
Yeah.
I already got what I need. I already have what I need. And oftentimes that's one of the errors. We want what somebody else got, thinking it's going to work for me. No. God gave you your own DNA. So he's put something in that DNA
for you.
to connect back to him, and he be glorified and the devil be horrified. So that one point that he refused the king's outfit or the armor, whatever he was trying to put this on. They're like, no, I don't need that. I'll use what I got, you know? So that was the blessing for me out of that. And it's a great story.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole lot to it. Of course, he couldn't do it in one. So I said to him, go back and revisit. There's some more stuff in there.
You know what?
Because Goliath was making fun of the army. Won't nobody fight me.
Yep. Yeah, he was.
Goliath was like, y'all, you know, who's going to fight? You know what I'm saying? You know the bully. You remember the bully? You know, he thought he was tough. He could beat everybody. But at the end of the day, there's somebody that can beat you.
Yes, sir.
It's a bully for a bully. You know what I'm
You
saying?
right about that?
Yes, sir.
So
I thank God.
you ready? 5.
Yeah, so he refused. Oh, go ahead.
No. I'm just picking
Yeah,
up.
so at the end of the day, man, that's what blessed me about that lesson today. You'll go back and read it tomorrow, and that's the thing about the word, it's a living word. You can read it today, get something tomorrow. You can go back to that same text and get something else, and it'll jump out. But the thing you have to do, you got to study it. Don't just read it, study it. It'll come back. Don't get locked in King James Version, it'll make you mad.
Yes, sir.
I said it last week. Don't get locked in King James. Get you, of course, it's a cross-reference. You read, whether thou goest, then you look into another cross-reference and break that word down to those words that irritate you, that you can't even pronounce. Whether though thou goest, you know, all that. There's some words that simply say, wherever you do, wherever you go. There's other versions that will break that word down and it becomes relevant. You got English Standard Version. So don't let King James Version, you know, be your reasoning for not reading. You can get 50,000 Bible apps on our phones. No, my pastor don't like the phones in church. They like Bibles.
Yeah.
They're like, man, when the preacher say turn your Bible, how you gonna turn your phone?
For real.
That's what my pastor said.
You gonna swipe up or down?
Yeah, you go turn it on. You gonna go past the app. So he say, bring the Bible back. I'm cool with that, but then we technical.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
technology where you a Bible. Bring that Bible back. Bring your sword. I feel you. I got it. But you know, sometimes that little phone make you, you know, it's a little sweetie, make you mess up sometime.
Oh yeah. And sometimes it go dead on you in the middle of the scripture reading.
Down, and then you be messed up. So yeah, that message there, it was awesome because I didn't know how he was going to approach it. I just told him, you know, dig in it and get what you're gonna get, you know, and deal with it because you can't preach. You can't preach an hour no more, man.
Yeah.
You can't preach an hour no more. You got to hit them points. If you want to, they say you talk, the more you talk, the less people remember. So I think the vice version of it, the less you talk, the more they can. And I think he was 10 minutes and I can remember 5 minutes of what he said, if not the whole 10. So the longer you talk, the less the people remember.
Yeah, hey, T2, Milk wanted you to close that thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he wanted you to hoop and holler a little bit. Hey, he thought you was gonna. Hey,
I thought he was finna holler too. I thought he was finna go.
As soon as you got to it a little bit, he gonna Milk standing up. He like, oh yeah, here you go.
Oh, yeah. I thought, hey, T2, I thought you was finna.
She nice. I thought he was finna go.
Need some milk. He needs some milk.
He needs some.
Yeah.
He went in again. He slid out of it though.
Don't worry about that. Oh, yeah. Oh, T2, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you.
I think, man, it's the generation is
It's weird.
it's weird now because I'm 20.
weird.
I'm 20 years old, but I've had the honor and the privilege to sit at the feet of many giants And it's crazy. I sat and I told my dad a couple days ago. I said it's crazy how many people I've had the ability to shake hands with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I take a little bit of all of them, even in this journey I'm in now, from the Reverend Mac McCullums to the Pastor Johnny Millers to the Pastor Leroy Elliott, even to the Bishop Willie James Campbell. I've been able to shake hands, and it's not to be arrogant or cocky, but it's just to be truthful. I've been able to shake hands with some amazing men in ministry, and I've taken a little piece of every single one of them.
Yeah.
So, and I think, and this is a lot of guys have, and there's a lot of even young people who I've been able to shake hands with. And say I'll get some influences from Minister Darion Wright, who is a pivotal voice in my generation now in terms of ministry. Minister Darion Wright, Nicholas King, Nicholas Edwards. It's many. It's great people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great young preachers out there. It's a long.
Yeah.
If I start naming names, I'm gonna make somebody mad.
Yeah. You know what? What you got, Milk?
Cause Milk was supposed to be on that lick a long time ago.
Yeah, he think he a pastor, y'all.
Yeah, hey, look, Pastor Milk, hey, Pastor Milk say,
He needs some milk.
Y'all need to pass the milk.
Pastor Milk say,
Pastor Roy.
hey, what he say? Put him on the cross.
You talking about Al Sharpton? Go ahead, close it.
Al Sharpton say,
Go ahead, close it.
he say, Al Sharpton say, be not misbehaved.
Hey, there you go.
What he say? God will.
Hey, look, that's your hoop triggers.
You got to start it.
Hey, Keys won't say I gotta get a key, but
That ain't your key, dog.
You gotta get you a big.
y'all gotta give me a key. I ain't got no key. And then he gonna crazy part about it. My mama is the choir director, right?
Milk flat.
You supposed to have some. You supposed to.
Man, I can't sing.
You got a key. It's Milk Sharp.
It's Milk Sharp.
Yeah.
Oh, better yet, call me Reverend Sharp. Hey, ooh, hey, better yet.
What do you say? What do you say? Only God can do it.
Oh, wait, put him right on up. Hey, real, put him right on up.
Go ahead, put him up real quick.
What do you say?
Put him up real quick.
What? Hey, Milk DJ everything, man.
Shout out to Reverend Sharp. He our YouTube pastor.
That's how you Reverend Sharp.
Yeah, at fellowship. He our YouTube
Fellowship Missionary Baptist. He say he come in a little bit of something like this. He say, tell the survivor he'll do more. Yes, sir.
Oh, Sharp. Fellowship.
Yeah.
Oh, great. One of the best. Great.
Okay, get there, Milk. Look at that.
And you know what was crazy is this is one of the my dad said this is one of the saddest things about the generation now. We've lost the enjoyment of church.
Yeah, we did.
Cause we can't do that.
Yeah.
We can't.
Somebody gonna get mad at Pastor Milk for doing that.
Somebody.
Oh well.
Hey, my mama get mad at me every time I tell her, call you Pastor Milk. You not no pastor. Well,
To the DJ community, you
to
are, Milk.
the DJ world, and I've been preaching I've been preaching this sermon since I was 5.
Yeah, and that's why what I said today was so pivotal with.
Hey, Walter, turn this up, man.
There's people who who are doing the work without the title. You know, a title doesn't determine our work as ministers and as preachers. We all are tasked to preach the word, pastor or not. You know, it's simple as I love you. That's a message by itself.
Yeah.
You know, so I think when we get out of the concept of saying, oh, don't preach to me unless you pastor such and such, I believe we can go far, not just as a generation, but as a world. If we just learn how to just, maybe not even take the word preach out of it, but just speak, teach somebody.
Can I share something with you, type? So, I want to leave like this, a little different than what I normally leave. Well, you can help close it too. But T2, I'm gonna have you close on restoring families, restoring friends, restoring relationship, and then speak to your young peers that's your age and up and coming. Doc, I want you to speak on the front of your chest.
Grace and mercy.
Grace and mercy.
Gotcha.
And then we're gonna close it like that. Give a quick 2 minutes lecture, and we going up out of here, y'all. And then it's on you, Milk, to close us out.
Get ready.
Let's go. Let's go, T2.
Man, restoration. It's very simple. Whatever it is that you're lacking, whatever it is that you lost, get it back. Restoration is simply getting back what you lost. And I believe we're in the season now where restoration is going to be so pivotal and important because there is something that we've lost, and I think it's on my generation to get it back. And we're tasked, and I also believe that we're equipped to get it back because there's a lot of gifts, a lot of things in my generation that we are able to do. But until we get up and say we do it, then we're not going to be able to do it. So restoration is simply getting it back. Restoration of families, I've seen it happen. I've seen God restore the framework of the whole foundation of a family. So I know He can do it.
Right.
So don't be afraid to ask God to do whatever He's going to do with the situation, because I know if it's in His will, then it's always going to be good.
Amen. Amen.
Pastor Keys.
Grace and mercy.
Grace and mercy.
Man, the two greatest twins in the world. One represents, one kept us from what we deserved, then one kept us from what didn't happen. So there's some things that we deserve, and there's some things that could have happened. But between grace and mercy, it killed the plan, it leveled the playing ground. Justice demanded, the song says, that we should die. Grace and mercy said, oh no, we've already paid the price. So grace and mercy took everything that could have happened to us out of our line of happiness simply by the grace of God and the mercies of God. And then to think about the 23rd Psalms, I love it. In verse 6 it says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Every day we lay down, every night we lay down, they take a break. But before we wake up, they're already up with new grace and new mercy for us. Daily, we get these two. So they're not banking on what happened yesterday. So when you open your eyes in the morning, it's a new load. I always say it this way, the truck back up to wherever you are and dump that grace and mercy on you. So if you're nothing else, be grateful for grace and mercy, because I call the game grace and mercy every day. So really GAME, I call it game, grace and mercy. Man, thank God for that game. Grace and mercy every day. I'm an acronym dude. I could look at something. It's like quick before it's over, I could put something on it.
Yeah, that's why I gave you a message on your shirt.
Yeah, game, grace and mercy every day. So thank God for His game.
That's it.
And you got game. It's actually on Sundays at 8. What gave you this? You do it every day, or it's just Sundays?
I do it every day when I'm called to do it, because sometimes I get called to interview.
Okay.
And then sometimes my main show is on Sunday.
So this is the main.
This is the main show, and so during the week I come sometimes, or I go out. All next month I'm gonna be traveling doing interviews and stuff like that. But mainly it's wherever popping up, I'm popping up wherever. That's why it's called popping up.
I got you. So I just wanted to know, what was the, behind this? What's your heart about it?
Yeah, I believe me, as far as the drive that's behind it. I want to give the no name a name. I want to give the people that still have a name a revamp.
Yeah.
And so one of my main things is to keep marketing, to keep promotion, keep promoting Jesus, keep promoting business owners, keep promoting artists.
Positive.
This is what I do, marketing. And so that's one of the main things. In the summertime, we're gonna be going to Roku TV. And so we actually gonna have our own app on Roku TV, so make sure y'all get prepared for that. People be able to watch us.
Wow.
And so that's what's on Roku TV. So I'm excited for that. And again, I'm just building this platform to give people another voice, another chance to say, hey, look, I want people to know what I'm doing, whether it's business, ministry, whatever.
It's another outlet.
Yeah, and instead of just waiting on 107.5 to come grab you, waiting on the big
Power 92.
yeah, networks to come grab you. Pull up, shoot me an inbox.
Yeah.
You know, I'm available. Yeah, and then I'm back in school now with the media, so I'm getting more involved, more hands-on, more behind the scenes work with that. So that's helping a lot. And then I'm just trying to build a team, and so just like my girl here, Taj, she one of a kind. She's been working with me the past 2 months. I met her through working a stage play. I was doing marketing for that, but she was one of the cast members, and we've been rocking ever since. She became my co-host, and so of course, I knew DJ Milk since high school.
Yeah, DJ.
Yeah,
DJ Milk, you know.
So you see me, you see Milk, type thing, just like all the guys and the brothers. So that's my mission, that's my goal. And like I said, hit me up. You want promotion? Hit me up. This platform is open, especially you hit me up.
Definitely gonna connect.
We stream in 167 countries, so it's a lot of countries. If they download the app, they can hear you. And then also Pandora and iHeart replays my show all the time. And so I've been blessed to do a lot right now. That's why people always see me on the move.
Yeah.
So
we praying for you, man. And
Appreciate
I think
you,
it's great, man. Cause
Yes, sir.
somebody's gonna need you.
yes, sir.
It's somebody you haven't even met you're gonna change their life.
Yeah.
You changed ours, because this is our first time talking on the show together, or this is our first time? One of the first, I know.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's
I know for
exclusive.
sure this is my second interview, period. So that's our first one together.
First together like this, so we're honored, man. We thank you for thinking of us. You could have grabbed any son
Yeah.
or father, duos, a lot of them out here.
Man, I feel like it was the perfect time,
I'm gonna
man.
say, are they the first father and son duo
To come in?
like this?
Yeah,
I
y'all the
didn't
first.
want to speak too soon.
Yeah, they the first.
Everybody make some noise on that one.
He
Make
needs
some
some milk.
Yep.
You know, you have to bring the keys along.
Yeah, we on North Avenue. We back on the
We
app.
back in the hood, y'all. Back in the hood. Make sure y'all
I'm
pull
looking
up.
for y'all. Come on, an hour. We 68 minutes in and out. Doors open at 2. Service start at 2:30. It won't be long. I got witnesses that we not long, but we
They
strong.
not long
Yeah.
at all, y'all. We just came for the last 2 Sundays. We was members.
I looked at Wally and was like, hey, Wally, you ready to join today? He was like, you gave me look like, you go, I go.
You get up first. I'm going.
I was like, you know what, Walt? We're gonna bring some more. We're gonna get North Avenue back.
Right, we're gonna bring the whole block at one
We're gonna
time.
bring. We're gonna get Mother Henderson and
Bring everybody back at one time.
them back on deck. We're gonna get them back on there with you.
Right road 5920, stop 5937,
56.
5637.
Yeah, we honored to be back
We
on
right
the
back.
block.
We right back where we left off, man.
That was the deal. That was the ceiling for me when my buddy Pastor Smith, Sean Smith, when he was right there, I'm like, and it was so when I got to him, it was like, man, let's do it. I got you. Boom, boom, boom. It wasn't no.
Yeah.
It was just like, let's go.
But Winfield had the slot right there first though.
Who?
Winfield.
Winfield went there, but then he I don't know exactly what, but he went to another location.
Oh, okay.
So it was like 2 years was nobody was in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't quote me, but that's kind of what I heard. So he noticed it. Pastor Smith noticed it.
Want nobody right there?
Wasn't nobody in there, so he put in work. He did all the work in there.
Because the work, the work is nice in there.
It's nice.
But that's the same little work that they had, same little look they had vision for it though. But that's the
Yeah,
same
the front. Yeah.
front entrance and all
The
that.
vestibule.
Yeah.
That wall.
Yeah, all that that's how it was. Long as I've been going in there. But when you get it set up,
He
hey,
got it nice.
yeah, it's
Saint restored. Saint rest. Hey, we all family.